Hi, it's Sunday morning here in southern Iowa, late April, and I have a ton to do in the garden. This is the busiest time of year. I'm trying to plant everything, both for the cut flower garden and as well as the things I want to grow for myself in my perennial beds, for vegetables. And I thought I would just bring you along today as I do all of that so you can see how busy I am. I got a late start. I did take a leisurely morning. It's like 9 a.m. It's beautiful out today. I'm going to make a to-do list and then we can get started. This very green area is pretty much my staging area for things that need planted yet this year. They've come up from the basement to harden off, and I'll keep moving them in and out if needed if it gets cold. But right now, most of this is ready to go out. And today's priority, first thing, is to get this basil and zinnias planted. This is the last of the zinnias. I got most. Before I planted the last of the basil, I wanted to show you something. You might think this looks a little long and leggy. It is, but I wanted to transplant it before I pinch it back. So in a week or so, once I know the roots have established a little, I'll go through and trim the plant right here, and you can see it's already forming new leaves, and that'll bush out and make a big plant from there. And the same goes for the zinnias. Some of the ones you might have seen that were out in ground looked a little beat up, and that's because we had a really bad storm the other night. It was really brief, but we had high winds for a second, and it flattened those out. We had some wind damage in other parts of my town and a tornado nearby. So that comes with living in Iowa, and those plants will recover just fine though. I got the basil planted. I also got a whole tray of marigolds planted. I saved a few basil plants that I'm going to tuck back into a perennial bed. I think they'll look pretty in there for the season and fill in some space. It's lemon basil. I grow it as an ornamental that we use for cut flower bouquets. It looks gorgeous. It smells great. I could cut it to eat, but it's not one I plant for that purpose. That's why I'm planting so much of it. We use it in bouquets all the time. I'm back over in the front perennial bed, and I'm going to plant a few things in here, including these mums, which I divided last winter. And so they're a little confused. They were inside. So mums are short day plants, so they think they should bloom when the days are shorter. And because they were inside and not getting as much light, they're actually putting on blooms, which is really strange. I probably should just pinch them back. So I might do that later, but I'm going to place those where I'm going to put them. I also have that basil I talked about to go in here. And there's a few delphiniums I'm going to add in. There's some light blue delphiniums already in here. I'm just going to fill it out a little more. So before I took a break for lunch, I weeded that flower bed that I was planting in, and it took me about 4 times as long to weed as it did to plant things. And then after lunch I came out, fertilized some roses, did some more weeding, planted a tray of cosmos, planted a tray of status, and now I'm going to work on getting some vegetables
vegetables in the ground. I've got some tomatoes, 2 different kinds, and some habanada peppers, which are supposed to be a habanero that doesn't have heat. Oh, and scallions and leeks. Tomatoes and peppers are in. I am going to put the scallions and leeks in another bed. This one is just really, it's a really weedy bed. I knew it was going to be, but this way I can mulch around the tomatoes and peppers, and I'll put the scallions and tomatoes, or scallions and leeks elsewhere. After a long day gardening, it feels great that I am now cleaned up. I put on some clothes that are not garden work clothes and are not dirty. And I am just going to enjoy the rest of my evening looking at the garden that I worked on today. I have made myself a Paloma mocktail. I will leave you with the recipe for that. And I hope you have a lovely day and evening.